everyone. This week we're going to continue our series about emotions. We've talked about anger, we've talked about disgust, we've talked about fear, and this week we're going to talk about sadness. And so before I even get into the lesson, I just want to start by saying it's okay to be sad. If you get nothing else out of this lesson, I want you to know it's okay to be sad. Whether you're a boy or a girl, it's okay to be sad, to cry. A lot is going on in the world right now. And so this week, as we talk about sadness, I want you to really check in with yourself and ask yourself, what am I sad about right now? For some of you, you may be sad about the way the school year ended, not getting to be in classrooms with friends, with teachers you love. For my fifth graders, it might be not ending the school year with celebrations with your friends. The uncertainty of knowing what next year is going to be like, starting in a new building. And maybe the sadness of leaving your old school without really getting to say goodbye. For those of you who maybe your parents have talked to you about the news and what's going on in the world, you may be feeling both fear, anger, and sadness about everything. And so I really want you to check in on yourself. And if you need to talk, you can talk to your parents. You can reach out to me or any of the other pastors, because we want to make sure you all are talking. And so don't be afraid to be sad, because there's definitely a lot in this world to be sad about. And that's okay. With corona and other illnesses going around, you may be hearing about people getting sick, some getting better and some not. And it's okay to feel sad about that. In Ahava before, we've talked about sadness using the word lament. And I don't remember which one of you, but one of you said it best when I asked, what do you think this word means? And you said, I think it means when you're really, really, really sad. And that's a really good way to describe it. Lament isn't just maybe when your sibling takes a toy from you and that makes you sad. It's a really deep sadness. In fact, it's the kind of sadness that's a little hard to explain sometimes. And so there's a book in the Bible called Lamentations. And that book is all about lament. It's all about this really, really, really sad emotion. So I want to read you a part from that book. We're going to read from Lamentations, chapter 3, starting with verse 48. And I'm going to be reading from the International Children's Bible. Streams of tears flow from my eyes because my people are destroyed. My tears flow continually without stopping, until the Lord looks down and sees from heaven. I am sad when I see what has happened to all the people of my city. Those who are my enemies for no reason hunt me like a bird. They threw me alive into a pit. They threw stones at me. Water came up over my head. I said to myself, am I going to die? I called out to you, O Lord, from the bottom of the pit. You heard me calling. You said, do not close your ears. Do not ignore my cry for help. You, O Lord, came close when I called out to you. You said, don't be afraid. I love this passage. It's full of the sadness that we may all feel at some point. This image of the tears that continuing flow. This image of just sadness. But what I love with this text is the vulnerability, the honesty of this person crying out and talking to God and being in relationship with God, saying, God, I'm sad. My city, people are being hurt. I don't know why this is happening. And God says, do not be afraid. in our sadness, there might be fear, there may be anger, there may be disgust, there may be confusion. But it's important for you all to remember that God is with you in that sadness. That God is saying, don't be afraid, I got you. I'm with you. I'm holding you. I will hold you while you cry. And so I hope you all remember that as you're navigating this world, that to be quite honest, some of us adults don't even know how to navigate right now. You take a chance to say, yeah, I'm sad, and I'm sad because of X, Y, and Z. Because again, it's okay to be sad. So I want to leave you all with an activity. All you need is a bottle. It can be clear, this one has a little bit of shade to it. And then ask a grown-up to help you fill it halfway full with water and halfway full with oil, but not all the way to the top. Okay, you want to leave some space. And these are called teardrop bottles. So you're going to need some food coloring. I chose blue to represent the teardrops. And you're going to drop them into your bottle. And as you drop them, you'll notice that they start to fall, kind of like our tears do. And they're falling to the bottom. Some are hanging out at the top. And then you want to make sure your top is on very tightly. And you can start shaking it up. And you'll see that the water will turn blue. And again, the oil and the water will separate. And you can watch as the colors flow up and down, much like our tears. And what I love about this bottle is when you hold it up to some light, you can actually see in it a bit. You can see the beauty within those drops of color, those teardrops, that there's beauty. And that's how I think about sadness too, is that there's beauty in that sadness. And so I hope you all enjoy making the bottles. They're really fun to make, a little messy. But remember that they represent our sadness and the beauty that is held within our tears. And so next week, we're going to talk about our final emotion, joy. And what does it mean to be joyful? What does it mean to be so happy? And we're also going to talk about how all these emotions come and work together. And they really make up who we are and how we live our life in love every day.